It's beer and food o'clock on Real Ale Craft Beer. I want to start today's video by saying a big thank you to Roy in the Netherlands for contacting me and saying, do you want to try some awesome Dutch beer and awesome Dutch food? So today I thought to myself, I'm going to pair the beers he sent. So he sent me a fantastic Russian Imperial Porter, barrel aged, vintage 2021, 12% ABV. And I've decided to pair that with some black sausage, so that'll be in the next video. Let's roll my sleeves up for this one. So today we are going to do a Pronck Citra Rye IPA, and it's been brewed with Russian Earl Grey tea. It's 5% ABV in a 330 milliliter bottle. There's the bottle cap. And some Brandt Levie Works Makers Chilli sausage. Looks good, doesn't it? Now, I've never had this sausage before. I've seen it around. I think, well, I spoke to my wife, and my wife tells me that the outside is mould. So maybe if it's mould, then I kind of cut off the skin. It's new to me. So let's get my glass. Here's my glass. Let's get the beer out into a glass and see what we get. So thank you very much, Roy, for the kind gesture contacting us. We've also got some Dutch crisps to get through, which are my favourite, to be honest. I love crisps. Who doesn't like crisps and beer? So like lots of smoke on the bottle opening, beer in the glass. Look at that. Looks lovely. 2 to 3 finger white head. Good levels of carbonation rolling up the side of the glass. It's a hazy amber colour. Yeah, definitely Earl Grey. And you definitely get lots of rye in you, spicy rye. I think it's going to go really well with this chili sausage. It smells delicious. Spicy and peppery and lovely. It's got a nice kind of tangerine aroma as well coming through. Maybe that's the, what do we call it, Citra hop, wasn't it? Where on earth have I put that bottle? Ah, there we go. Citra Rye, yeah, it's a Citra beer. But I'm picking up, with the rye and with the Earl Grey tea, it turned it into more of a, yeah, tangerine aroma. Let's dive in. Cheers, everybody. Oh. Oh. It's very well rounded. It's very, it's almost chilled out. It's almost kind of like, sit back and relax with this, or just guzzle it down. It's got a real kind of inviting, want to drink it really quickly feel about it. Little bit of sweetness to begin with, nice and biscuity and malty. You get the tangerine flavours coming through. You definitely get the Earl Grey tea. I'm glad I read the description. So, to be honest with you, I had to check on the email. I had to check a few things. First and foremost, who was it sent by? So I checked, right, it's from Roy. Check that, tick it off in my brain. And then whilst I was there, he put some flavour notes in. And I read the Citra Rye IPA whilst I was there. And I'm glad I did, because it's all in the lovely Netherlands language. It's all in Dutch. So I wouldn't have... It's probably difficult to pick out on its... in a blind taste test, if that makes sense. Earl Grey tea with rye and hops. you'd be standing here going, oh, I know that flavour, but I can't quite work it out. But reading it beforehand, reading that it's Earl Grey and then identifying the flavour in the beer, it actually works much better rather than kind of guessing. But it tastes incredible. Right then, Brandt Levie chili sausage. I'd love to know how to kind of there's a look at it. Doesn't smell mouldy. Perhaps it is, I don't know. Well, I'm just going to put it here, cut the end off. So I think what you do then is I've cut through the edge of the skin. And then I think you just peel it off like this. In fact, it's peeling quite nicely actually, so it's to protect, there we go. It's to protect the sausage, that little bit of mouldy skin, but it looks lovely. Look at that, it's got a greasy, slippery feel to it. You can see the grease on my fingers. Now, what I find with chili is, because the grease sticks to the side of your mouth, you get more of a pronounced chili flavour because you can't get rid of the fats that hit your mouth. It takes longer for your saliva glands to break it all down. So let's get into this sausage then. Ah, here's the chili. I was waiting for the chili. It's got a real kind of like rawness about it. It probably is raw. It's probably, well, it's aged, isn't it? Yeah, it's definitely raw. First time I tried this type of thing was about 10 years ago in Italy. What I find with this type of sausage, this type of meat, is that I chew it a lot more than you probably should. I'm like, right, when's it time to swallow this food? It's quite... There's a high fat content in the sausage. You get the pork. You definitely get that kind of pork sausage. Of course, it's pork sausage. And then you get this slow burn on the back of the throat. That's a look at it. It's quite nice. Let's have a sip of beer with it. I think and this is me being absolutely perfectly honest, I think if I was 3 beers in, I'd rather be honest rather than not be honest and try and like try and wing it. I'm never going to wing things on the channel. I'm never going to try and like bend the truth. I think if I was 3 beers in, if I had 3 of these rye IPAs and I got a bit snacky and there was no crisps in the house and I had this sausage, I'd probably cut a load of this up and I would probably enjoy it more slightly tipsy. Does that make sense? It's a bit like eating a kebab when you've had a few beers. It tastes so much better, kebab. In fact, I can't eat kebab meat sober. It's a bit like having a dirty kebab after a few beers. It just works. And I feel like if I had a few beers, I'd probably eat all of that sausage after a few beers. Sit there like, oh, you know, lovely. But going into it sober, it's a little bit fatty. It's a little bit kind of like, you can definitely tell that it's been aged. You can definitely tell you're eating raw meat, but it's designed that way. It's designed that way. Me personally, give me a few beers, I'd smash that down. In fact, I'll have a few beers, wrap that up, and then smash that sausage down. The beer for me is the star of the show. I like the real Earl Grey tea look about it. It's a lovely, I mean, look at the beer as you roll it round in your glass. Looks tremendous. So I'm going to rate the beer as I'm going to give the beer a 9 out of 10. It's really lovely and it's got a really lovely kind of smooth, smashable feel about it. You could really smash that beer if you wanted to. 5% ABV. 9 out of 10 for the beer. The sausage, well, I was just talking about the fats, wasn't I? Have a look. There's a big kind of line of fat on that edge, and then there's a big line of fat on that edge. And yeah, just get me a few beers in before I start eating it, and I won't stop. But eating this sober, it's a little bit like eating a kebab sober. And I'm sorry if I've offended anybody in that sentence, but I'm honest. I'm gonna be honest. I'm sure the dog will. I'm going to give the dog that end bit. I'm going to take that bit of mouldy thing off and give it to the dog. I like it. I really like it, but I need a few beers to eat the sausage. The sausage is a 7 out of 10. 7 out of 10 from Real Ale Craft Beer. Please put your comments in the comments box. Subscribe to our daily beer and food reviews. Give us a big fat thumbs up. Boom. Cheers.